Happy Friday, and it's time for a new vlog. How is everyone doing? All right. Woo! Today's going to be a very interesting episode because, oh man, what if hypothetically Virago, a big rock boss on Runescape 3, was available to do on old school Runescape? Ooh boy, today's going to be a very exciting episode. I actually got today's talking point from one of you all, which is amazing. Once again, this YouTube channel is really dedicated to you guys, and also anyone who has recently started watching me. I've actually talked to quite a bit of people that has found this YouTube channel through recommended videos, which means, well, my uploads are not entirely being shadow banned, which is a good thing, right? Welcome if you are new. This is a very conglomerate-style YouTube channel. I love RuneScape. I know you all must love RuneScape too, because why else would you be here? And we talk and cover pretty much about everything, right? So basic updates relatively quick. New video on my main channel. If you missed it yesterday, please watch it, check it out. Definitely drop me a comment, because it was a very short PKing video. Literally just handed someone about, like, I think it was about like 2.5 mil worth of stuff. Yeah, it was not good. The next PKing video that I'm going to be doing probably next week should be a little bit longer, okay? It will be longer. It must be longer. I can't be taken out so quick. Agility is rock and rolling. We are in the final countdown right now for agility. It's getting close, and I'm actually very excited. Oh yes, it should be 12 million XP tonight. And I'll be posting a video sometime next week when I expect to do the 99 Extravaganza live stream partay. Going to be sometime next weekend, so definitely stay tuned for that. I did watch a new horror movie last night. Obviously it's not new in the sense that it was made 1986, slasher movie, but I've never seen it before. April Fool's Day. Very old school style slasher movie. Come on, it's an 80s slasher movie. I gave it 9 out of 10 stars. I did not like the ending, but that does not mean the movie's bad. The movie was utterly phenomenal. Old school style slasher. You know, Friday the 13th, Halloween style movie. If you are looking for a movie to grind some RuneScape skills, definitely check that out. Okay, anyways, as I go ahead and do some agility in the background, I gotta go ahead and pull up the wiki here. Where are you, Mr. Wiki Tab? Here we go, Mr. Wiki Tab. Okay, hold on. Afternoon water cheers. So I want to go ahead and talk about, hypothetically, if you were allowed to face RuneScape 3 bosses on old school RuneScape, what would that look like per se? Now, I don't really know what it would look like as much as the ass raping that you may, you know, get. I know that if I fought even if I go on RuneScape 3 with my maxed account and I go ahead and I have like the best, or okay, no, not the best gear anymore. I could buy the best gear, I could buy the best weapons, and I could face all the bosses. I would still get my bum pulverized, because on RuneScape 3, the RuneScape 3 team is very smart. You can face a hard version of the boss. So you could, so theoretically, picture the King Black Dragon has an easy mode, a medium mode, and a hard mode, and also an extreme mode. It's called Enrage. Araxor was the first boss on RuneScape 3 to basically pretty much have an Enrage mode. Actually, no. Before that, I believe it was Virago. And then before that, I believe it was God Wars Dungeon, where you can do hard mode on the God Wars and stuff. Same thing with God Wars Dungeon 2. Yeah, God Wars Dungeon 2 actually exists on RuneScape 3. It's insane. But let's go ahead and talk about what if theoretically these bosses were available to fight on old school RuneScape, and how that may alter kind of like PVM in a way. So, let's go ahead and first see about all the bosses on RuneScape 3 and also old school RuneScape, right? The first boss, King Black Dragon, 2002, craziness, 24 September. And then we go to 7 September 2004, the Kelp Knight Queen, obviously old school RuneScape, Chaos Elemental, old school RuneScape RS3, Giant Mole RS3, old school RuneScape, Tormented Wrath. I don't believe this one's on old school RuneScape. I could be wrong. Exile, Kelp Knight. It's yeah, this is okay. So this is where basically the wonky switch pretty much happens. Right now, we're moving in to all like RuneScape 3 bosses. Obviously, Virago, very much RuneScape 3. I don't even know what this boss really is. I haven't even Solok. I don't even think I did that boss. Barrows, Rise to the Six. I did it a little bit. Araxor. I'm an OG Araxor. Kelp Fight King. Definitely done a lot of that. Queen Black Dragon. Done a lot of that. Corporal Beast. Obviously on old school RuneScape. I have not done this, and also Rasha. I'm going to butcher some of these names. I have not done this one. We do have Volcraft on old school RuneScape as well too. So, but yeah, then we definitely don't have like this dude. So, what if a lot of these bosses were available on old school RuneScape? What would it basically look like? Well, obviously there would be a lot more weaponry in the game, and it would just be very much a dumbed down version. But at the same time, it would be like, let me put it this way. I remember doing Virago with a group of friends, and I had a very hard time because it was such a mechanical boss, like kind of doing raids per se. So if you are a raider and you've done Chamber of Zurich, Theater of Blood, TOA, then you know what I'm talking about because it's all mechanical. Virago is very much mechanical on RuneScape 3. Same thing with just about all these bosses. Nex, Angel of Death, very mechanical. Even Nex is a little bit mechanical in a way. And then, of course, moving on, we have God Wars. Actually, no, this is a little different. These are essentially raids on RuneScape 3. Elder God Wars. I didn't even realize there was an Elder God Wars on RuneScape 3. It's utterly crazy. And then we got more dungeons on RuneScape 3. What the? We have a lot more bosses on RuneScape 3 than I really thought. Obviously, the OG boss, I believe, is Zamorak, is like the hardest boss in the game. I could be entirely wrong here. Yeah, there are a lot of bosses. My gosh. A lot of bosses on RuneScape 3. What I may actually do on my main channel is I may actually fight some of these things using Legacy mode, because that's essentially what it would look like. If you were doing Legacy mode, it would be just old-fashioned, old school RuneScape combat style, but at the same time, you'd be getting your bum kind of really handed to you. Now, if a lot of these bosses came onto old school RuneScape, do I believe that the old school RuneScape community would really like them? Since they're all mechanized, I think the raiders would very much like them, but I think the overall community would hate them. Not everyone is a raider on this game. I talk to a lot of people. A lot of people just don't like doing raids. A lot of people will go to God Wars Dungeon. They will go to Dagonoth Kings. They will even do Jad just for, fun. A lot of people don't like mechanized bosses. Mechanized bosses is basically Araxor. Or it's an old school RuneScape prime example. Mechanized bosses is raids, right? Fighting Elm or Ohm. Whatever the big dragon that would whoop my ass when I was doing live streaming Chamber of Zurich on. You gotta move every so often. You gotta dodge attacks. You gotta be changing prayers. You gotta know all the phases and all the mechanics. There's a lot of people that don't like it because that's not how RuneScape started. And I am very much a OG, old school player. And I grew up on RuneScape in the sense that, hey, I just want to go to a boss. I want to whack it a couple times with my wiener, my sword, whatever. And if I get a drop, cool. If I don't, well, it passes the time, right? Hopefully I get a friggin' drop or maybe a pet. I really don't want to be going to a boss because it's not what I want to do. And there's plenty of people on this game that have the same, like, philosophy, and you like playing the game where it's very orientated, like Slayer, killing monsters. Obviously, if you want mechanized bosses, there are bosses on the game. Slayer bosses are very much mechanized. But if all the bosses on RuneScape 3 were to come on old school RuneScape, they would all be mechanized. And I really feel that the only people that would really like them are raiders. Now, I could be entirely wrong. Definitely let me know down below in the comment section if you really feel that the overall community would really like it. But I just really can't see the overwhelming amount of people wanting to do, like, mechanized bosses. Because not everyone on RuneScape 3, not everybody is going to friggin' Zamorak. Not everyone is going to the new boss that recently came out, I guess, 2025. What is this boss? The Devourer. I don't even think this boss is as powerful as Zamorak. But still, not everybody is doing high-level PVM on RuneScape 3. A lot of people, they just want to be done doing PVM. They want to be done doing Slayer. Or they just want to slay monsters. It's really all about what you enjoy doing on the game. And for me, I've always been enjoy really doing now, like, low-level combat type PVM. I love God Wars because it's very interactive. Talking about, like, old school RuneScape-wise. But I just really can't get into, like, doing raids and stuff like that. That's just how my RuneScape experience is pretty much built. But on a closing note, I really feel that if we were to get a lot of these bosses, it would definitely shape the game's PVM very close to RuneScape 3. Take away EOC. High-level PVM on RuneScape 3, it's all, like, mechanized. You gotta be doing different phases. It's like a little mini story. It's like raiding. It's not the traditional God Wars dungeon back in 2008 where you would gather a group of friends. Let's go and face Bandos. Yeah, we got loot share on. Oh man, the friggin' days of loot share. How many of you all remember loot share? I do. How many of you all remember, hey, is loot share on? Yeah, we got to get coin share on, everyone. We got to get loot share, right? I do, in a very big way. So the thing about it is that it would definitely shape old school RuneScape significantly, and it would completely disturb, like, the natural timeline that old school RuneScape is on. So, yeah, on a closing note, once again, let me know your opinions regarding this talking point today. As always, if you want me to cover a certain topic, definitely let me know. Definitely leave your RuneScape username if you want a shout out. I love each and every single one of you guys so much that definitely shows up for these videos. And I have a lot planned for this channel. Don't worry. Live streams will be returning momentarily. I know I've been saying that for a while. My life has just been utterly chaotic momentarily, but that's definitely going to die down. Otherwise, always stay motivated with whatever goals you have going in life, on RS, off RS. If you want more of me, definitely check out my book on Amazon. Link is down below. And I'll see everyone on the next one. Later.